Okay, it's still echoing.
That's how we fix that. Okay. It's not going to do what I wanted it to. So, phone calls. Okay. Let's talk about them. So, hi guys. Now that we're recording, my name is Kayla Holtzclaw. I am a diamond leader with It Works. I've been with the company since March of 2017 now. Before this, as I was giving you background. Before this, I had a 9-to-5 job working at a call center, talking to people all day, every day on the phone, taking kitchen part calls. It was like super, it was scripted, okay? So I felt like a robot, and it was graded, and it was listened to. I knew all of these things. You guys aren't going to be listened to by me. Like, this is way more casual than that, and I freaked out all day about it because I am high anxiety. I'm a stay-at-home mom. All I gotta do is take care of a baby and work my business. So my priorities, yes, are around the house, but I have a lot of time to myself, and my head just goes nuts, right? And that's what happened. But I was like, I have to do this. I have to try it. Do you want to know why I felt that way? Because my business was kind of like blah. I needed something new. I felt like I needed a spark. I was not excited to post all the time. I wanted to get more people to talk to me, to like get to know me, okay? Because I know my intentions in this business, and I feel like if people could just give me 5 minutes of their time, like I will show them what this is all about. I know what I have my hands on here. I am very passionate and excited about what I do, and I know where it can take me, but I might have to jump out of my shell. And do you want to know why I say that? Because I'm looking at people like Stephanie Dunn. I'm looking at people in other companies who, like Tony Robbins, okay, or Les Brown. You want to know why those people are so successful? It's because they are talking to a lot of people. A lot of people. And they're just talking to a lot of people. They're bringing value to a lot of people. And whether somebody says no, it doesn't matter. So I got on a phone call today. I'm gonna tell you, I literally did what Jade told me to do. I'm starting out as a brand new distributor as of September 1st. That's what happened. I printed out my Facebook friends list. I completely wiped clean my planner, which means I also took out my potentials list from before, okay? And started going back through my list of Facebook friends. Even if we have talked before, I'm asking you to get on the phone with me. Just for, I'm just sending the message. Like, I can even read it to you because I printed the file. So the file is in the Black Diamond Bootcamp or the 90-day push group, because that's what we're doing here. We're doing a 90-day push. But we're trying to find a way for you guys to not work all day, every day, messaging people and then signing people who don't start running, okay? They don't really want this, or they think it's a miracle fix overnight. I don't want any of that on my team, yo. Like, I didn't come into this feeling that way. I knew it wasn't going to be overnight. I knew it was going to be work. I knew I was going to have to go out of my comfort zone. I knew it was an opportunity to make a lot of money. And I was excited about it because I kept talking to Sarah. Like, I personally was hearing Sarah's voice, listening to her live, going to her virtual wrap parties, and it intrigued me. But that first impression was everything, okay? That's everything to somebody. And I just keep thinking about it from the reader's perspective, who comment on my hosts of posts. They have no idea who I am. Okay, all they see is that I have a business, that I run from my phone, that I post about It Works, and maybe they got the bad taste in their mouth from a poor DT who either was rude to them, who didn't give them the time of day, they had a bad experience some way or another, because you can't make everybody happy. That's life. That's life. Like, you can't make everybody happy. You're gonna have people that this isn't for too, okay, who don't fit in well with this. So, and that's fine. Just like me, like, I went to go to school for nursing. Guess what, y'all? I don't like dealing with blood or any other body fluid. Like, end of that sentence, okay? I throw up every time. So I didn't think it was a great idea for me to go lifelong deep into being a nurse when that was a high possibility, especially as a noob. So I changed directions. I started following my heart. I started asking myself, why? Why am I doing this? What does my life look like? Where do I see it 8 years from now? Am I not happy about this, that, or the other? And that's what I started asking myself when it was taking me 200 people to message to get anybody to respond. They were just ignoring me. And it was just frustrating because then I would have to figure out what message to send them. Do I send them a hosted post? Do I send them an LC? Do I send them a DT? What have I sent before? Like, no, you can just ask them to get on the phone with you, tell them what you're about, share what you've done with these products. Like, it's right here. So the files in the 90-day push group, I'm even filling them out, y'all. Like, I acted like I had just signed up. So, and this is how I'm starting my new people, mind you. I'm sending them these files. If I'm not mistaken, you can actually send them as a link, but you can always send them as an email. But you're gonna want somebody to print this out. It tells them you want to build their why, and that's what I feel like we're doing with these phone calls. We're asking them if they know anybody who would be interested in something like this, and we explain. So this whole packet talks about your story, how to create your why, how to build these relationships with people over social media. Big. This is like what you need to know on how to write a life post, y'all. It has your goals. What's your goals? What do you see for yourself? How much money do you want to make? Do you want to get your shopping spree? Do you want to get 4 loyal customers? Do you want to do your steps to success twice? Do you want to do it 4 times? Do you want to get 8 entries to Disney? What do you want? Figure it out, okay? Yeah, and you got to take your plan of action. It goes right through it. And then we talk about how you need to start developing yourself. You need to start believing in yourself. This is huge. Something that I kind of had to figure out on my own because I fell flat on my face. You want to know what kept me from Diamond? I didn't think I was worthy of Diamond because I didn't think I was worthy of making $2,000 a month from my phone. I thought I looked greedy. I thought my parents would be dishonored because I was flaunting about how I made money from my phone. That's God's honest truth, and it took me months to get over that fear and that just over myself. So I wish I had gotten this when I was new. It's so good. I feel really good about all of this. So creating your list, and then reach out language. So the last let's see, 1, 2, 3 pages. First one says reach out language. This is how you can do one-on-ones, face-to-face. It's literally, this is how I talk to people, just kind of in a conversation feel, and it always leads to me talking about my business. People always want to know what you're doing. They always want to know what you do for a living. You always have the opportunity to just tell somebody new, like a complete stranger. So keep the flow, reach out messages. So what I'm doing honestly is if somebody I know isn't interested in the business or the products, and we've literally talked maybe on the phone before or a lot on voice chat, I'm not going to keep bothering them about this. Those are the people I've been asking for hosted posts, and some of them are doing it. And then when people are commenting on the hosted post, I'm getting them on the phone right after I ask them. So I saw your comment on so-and-so's post. You're looking to make an extra part-time to full-time income from home. How much were you looking to make? And then they tell me, and then I say, okay, great, perfect. You have 5 minutes, and I'll get you on a phone call. It's not that hard. You just ask somebody, can I talk to you on the phone? Can I chat with you on the phone? I tell people it's easier, and I don't want to feel like a creep in their inbox, because that's personally how I feel. I'm some random girl saying, hey, let's make some money. I feel like that's kind of scammy. So I don't want them to think I'm a scam. I'm going to want to talk to them. Then they can see that I'm a real person, and then they're going to get to know me, and then they're going to click. Every time they read my post, they're going to hear my voice. I specifically remember the girl I talked to today, and it's so funny. But Jade actually gives you a few reach out messages. So there's a follow-up in here. Let's see. everything. Like, she has every message in here. And I did the same thing, but I tweaked them for myself. You guys don't want to, that's the big thing about you, a lot of you who are local. Don't use the exact same wording as what anybody gives you. Anybody. Either if it's Jade, Sarah, me, Jamie, Shelby, Brittany, anybody. Make it your own, okay? Like, we all have certain quirks about us. Like, I say gals. Nobody talks like that. Jade, like, kind of thinks it's funny that I always will, like, chime in on these Zooms and be like, well, my gals are having a hard time with, you know, believing in themselves. What do we do? You know? And she always is like, who talks like that? But so we've got these reach out messages right in there, and then the conversation, this is all I did. So how I prepared for this, I got this girl, I told her I wanted her to talk to her on the phone. I was ready to do it right then and there. I'm not even kidding you. I was sitting down, I wasn't doing anything. I was like, okay, if she writes me back, I'm gonna do it. I feel like I'm gonna throw up, but I'm gonna do it. Because I've never done this before. I never called somebody to be like, hey, this is about my business. Do you think that this would be a good fit for anybody? I just didn't know what to expect. Because that's what fear is. We immediately come up with like every which way scenario when it's not. It's so much easier than that. It is so much easier. So I got on the phone with her. Okay, I called the number, and her mom picked up. So it wasn't her, and she asked me if I was a counselor. Okay, and I immediately kind of was like, no, and I was nervous. I had hit a wrong time. So when, because that's what I'm trying to do. When I'm on these phone conversations with a stranger, I'm trying to read them by what I can and what I know. So if I'm not going to go by their tone of voice, like, you don't know what's going on in their life. They could have just had a bad day. And I could hear it in her tone of voice that like she was being polite and she wanted to talk to me, but there was definitely something else. So when she first got on, I said, I really appreciate you. Thanks so much for getting on the phone with me. I just think that this would be a lot easier than DM. I didn't want to feel like a weirdo, but plus you can hear my voice, you can kind of see what I'm doing, but is now a good time? And she just was like, yeah, no, we can talk. It's totally okay. And I said, okay, great. So I'm with a health and wellness company. I literally read from this. That's family owned, debt free, and it started back in 2001. We have over 50 premium health and wellness products ranging from like body contouring wraps, skincare. Like I started naming off my own. Like I don't need to read to that. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll kind of go back. I did look at this beforehand, like probably 3 to 10 times to kind of get a feel for what I'm doing with the script so that I can make it my own, so that I don't feel like panicked because I'm not reading word for word. So initial from the get-go, I'm just saying thank you, and why I'm saying thank you is because, well, like I said, I don't want to be a weirdo in their DM, and it gets me to talk to them. Like, I would want to be talked to. Every time my best friend tells me that she has something wrong or she's got something going on, I call her. So like, that's how I'm treating this. And then I tell them a little bit about our company, how we have awesome plant-based products, and then giving like an example of some of the categories that we've got. And then I say, well, we have an amazing customer program, which is basically a monthly subscription, so that you can get the full-size products at my wholesale discount. Plus, I'll send you an extra little gift because, you know, that's what I do for my customers. I just want to give them a little special, just saying thanks. Anyways, I've been using the products because for this and this and this. So I did tell her that, you know, I lost 30 pounds in 60 days using the products. And then I also explained how Confianza has like saved my life. And I was a little vulnerable with her. I explained my past hardships with anxiety. I figured, well, okay, so I just talked to this person who, you know, was willing to get on the phone with me. I can tell she's having a bad day. And her mom asked if she was like going to talk to a counselor. She immediately was like bonded to me because I said something about my anxiety and I opened up to her just a little bit. Like, I don't need to tell her all the details of my like PTSD and depression since 18. I just told her I've been suffering from anxiety for a long time, and honestly, scripts just aren't my thing. They cause so much stress for me, and they too many side effects. So I tried this Confianza, and I was able to wean myself off the other stuff. Well, not myself, me and my doctor. And then I explained, like, now I'm just doing this, but I completely understand, like, therapy, and just resonated with her a little bit. And then I explained, like, how it just changed my life. Like, this whole business changed my life. And then I told her, okay, so basically I'm looking for people who want to make an extra part-time to full-time income from their phone on a schedule that they can make. It's completely flexible. I primarily do this from social media. And then I just connect with people like this, like we're talking right now. So I actually joined because of this, and this. And I'm looking for busy, self-motivated people who want to make about $2,000 to $2,000 a month. Or, just enjoy my products at a discount. Who do you think this would be good for? And she actually named off people that I'm now friends with on Facebook, who had questions and were too scared to ask me until she had talked to me. So, like, I heard, you know what? And she said, because you mentioned she said this in the conversation, because you mentioned that, you have anxiety, the Confianza is really kind of like, it's hitting me, but I also wanted to tell you that, I'm not interested in being a rep right now because I'm not in a good season of my life, but maybe in the future. That's all I can ask for, dude, because I'm in this for the long haul. And if I've got people who, she's going to now remember me as the girl who called her and took time out of her day to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, asked her how she was, and wasn't just it works or a text message through Messenger. Like, think of how you would feel. I always try to put my place in front of the other person. So I asked my husband, who's completely non-biased to this. So, like, he doesn't work his business. He never did. I always worked his side. And he's like, I think this phone call thing is genius. You guys are going to excel, all of you. And it's going to be scary at first because you've never done it before, but think about it. Like, you're going to find the people who want this, who are serious about it, and then they're going to know what you're doing because you just did it with them. So you're not going to have to, like, pull teeth to get somebody to do their job. They know what they're walking into. Nobody had to pull my teeth when I was like, hey, yes, I'm going to work at a call center where I had to talk on the phone all day. This took 7 minutes, y'all. 7 minutes. Whole thing, 7 minutes. I said, well, thank you so much again for getting on the phone call with me tonight. I'm going to send you a link from my leader. I'll also send you my website, and I'd love to invite you to my virtual wrap party. She said, yes. I said, okay. You have a good night. Bye. That's it. I was myself. I was like me again. And I can't even tell you how freeing it feels. And it's so different. And you don't feel like judged or what. Like, even if, I just feel like if somebody's going to be a butthole on the phone, I'm going to just hang up. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to listen to that. And then I'm going to know that they're definitely not a good fit for my team because I want a bunch of me. That's how I look at this. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. It went so good. I'm just on fire. I have 4 calls lined up for tomorrow, and all of these girls are, like, excited to talk to me on the phone. They're giving me their phone numbers willingly. And then I'm also, so once they give me their phone number, this isn't from Jade. This is something that Shelby Dupree and I were discussing this morning because Shelby Dupree had a phone call yesterday, and she kind of gave me this recap. So I kind of, like, learned from her vibe, and she's learning from mine, and we're just going off of it. Because, like I said, we're kind of brand new distributors here. I'm just kind of, like, winging it as we go and teaching you guys, like, what's working. So once they give me their phone number, I am texting them with mine and saying, okay, hey, this is Kayla Holzclaw from Facebook. Make sure to save my contact information so that you remember who calls tomorrow, or so you know who calls tomorrow. And they're always super grateful because I never answer the phone if I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I know how many people are trying to scam me. It's ridiculous. All the time. All the time. It's this random weird 645 number from Tampa. So, or not Tampa. Maybe it's like Minnesota. It pops up all the time. Anyways. So it's so simple, and I just feel so good. I didn't even have to send out that many messages today. My first day was didn't it took a little bit more, and I feel like I've created a momentum because I just kept messaging. I just kept messaging, and now I'm like I scrolled all the way down through my Instagram list, and I just started that way. And then if I want to make it really easy for me, so if I don't have my notebook in my hand, I'm going through Facebook and doing a random letter. And so I'm not going in alphabetical order because I feel like when I do that, I miss people. So I'm just kind of like picking for how I feel that day. And then just doing as many as I can and trying to get them on the phone and doing like 10 minutes. That way, if something does like run longer than 10 minutes, because I don't expect people to join on the spot. I've been told that people do, which I'm really, really, really excited about. But I think you're going to get their vibe right from the get-go. If somebody wants to do it right then and there, they're going to be excited. They're going to be like, let's do this. You know, they're going to be like me, like a little football player, like pouncing around. So just kind of go off their vibe. You can hear it a little bit. Like I smile a lot in when I'm talking to people so that they know I'm excited, just like I'm doing right now, right? It feels weird, but they can tell that I'm excited, I'm happy, and they're gonna want to join me for me. So I feel really good, and I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope that this is super helpful. I am being very cautious about my follow-ups. So that's the biggest part of this, okay? I don't expect people to join or make a decision like right from the get-go because I didn't. It took me 6 months of watching. Then again, Sarah never got me on the phone the first time, right? She waited 2 months. And then we still didn't talk about it, you know? Like I had to wait a few times before she got me on a virtual wrap party. So, and this time I'm doing it right day 2. So, right after I got off the phone with her, I sent her an invite to the virtual wrap party. I sent her a link of one of the conference calls that you guys can get from the 90-day push group. If you just search, I think in the top bar conference calls, the post will come up and it'll be a bunch of leaders and you just pick one that resonates with like them. So before our phone call today, I checked out her profile. I checked out her Facebook profile because I had no idea who she was. And I saw that she was a student, but she seemed happy, like super outgoing. I think she'd be perfect for this. I was really excited. So I was like, wow, okay. And you know, it's just not everybody's season of life when you first talk to them. It wasn't for me. I was not looking for a way to make extra money back then because I didn't see the value in this yet. So just be patient with them, and the more that they see us and the more exposure that we give them, the better. So I figure after I send them all of that, they're going to get on. I'm also going to invite them during the coffee and combos, or like other leaders are doing it too. Okay, so team, mine are going to be Thursdays. Let me just make sure that I'm giving you the right days. I'm so excited. I'm kind of nervous because I'm going to be talking to just people I've never talked to before. So we'll find out. It's fine. Okay. But that's what I mean. We always like think that diamonds and above or like special unicorns. They're really just normal people. They're just normal people and doing what they can to put food on the table and make their dreams a reality with this business. And it's so possible. Like this Disney thing really just like touches my heart and I'm fueled by it. So my page. So that means, yeah. So I'm interviewing people on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I think we decided, oh, I can't do that. These things are crazy. It'll probably be Tuesdays. I don't know. Don't quote me yet. It'll probably be Tuesdays. I'll tell you guys when they're coming. My first one is on Thursday with a top leader who has a completely different story than me, and she is so inspirational and literally the sweetest person you'll ever meet ever. She accepted me when, like, even before I was a diamond, so absolutely love her. And then next week we have, well, I'll be doing another one tomorrow too. So I'll be doing one of my own on Christine Elizabeth's page. She just went double. And what else we got? But they're called like coffee and combos. Ali Frazier has Why Not interviews. Hers are good. Sarah's calling it, I think, coffee and combos. Hope is calling it Bubblies and Boss Babes. I don't know. I have not come up with a name, y'all. If you can come up with something cute and clever and not so like, is it like, I don't know. I want something different. I like the Why Not Me interviews by Ali Frazier because she's so stinking smart. I'm like, dang it. Why not? That's so simple. Just be real with people. It's an interview. Anyways, but then again, you have to be kind of clever with Facebook. Like, I like doing a fun little catchy title so that people don't really know what it's about and they actually want to click on the live. So, and I'm keeping a list. So I created another 200 list, completely brand new. Like I said, I wiped out all of my planner from before September so that it didn't make me anxious or freak out because I was like, oh my God, I gotta go ask all of these people all over again, like, and then go through and then try to make a mess of it. And it's just cleaner this way. I feel out with the old, in with the new. If that makes sense. And I went and, so you can do this with like a notebook. Anytime somebody ever responds to me, I love that it's in my planner. Like, these happy planners are amazing. If you ever want a good planner and you want to spend a little bit of money on something, 365 happy planners at Michael's all the way. It's literally the best thing I have ever invested in. They come with like extra little tabs at every of these planners, no matter what size they are, that you can get them. So like they'll fit in, they might stand out. I'm very like color coordinated and I'm very visual, so it has to stand out for me. So my list is like little, I can color coordinate it, and I'm just writing them down. I'm writing some of their phone numbers down, and I'm making sure I have to like start saying, I gotta make sure I follow up well and keep everybody like saved in my phone contacts. So what I've been doing is as soon as they give me their phone number, I'm creating the contact. I am writing a phone call scheduled for the date and the year, first phone call, you know, and then if I ever do extras, I can always add it to the notes file of the contacts. But I also add their picture from Facebook so I remember who the heck they are. If you have an iPhone, you can do that. And it's been kind of nice, you know what I mean? That way I'm not trying to guess. Like, same with Instagram. Hate doing that, y'all. So, pretty good. Don't overthink it and just have fun. It might be like I said, scary at first, but you do it and you're like, wow, that was fun. It was so fun. It's so easy. What the heck am I scared of? People aren't like trying, if they're going to get on the phone with you, they already know you have something to say. Okay? That's kind of how I see it. And if they are like open-minded enough to hear you out, just let them. So, yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have any questions before I end this? I got 5 minutes left, but that's all I got. Just really, really excited. Felt so good today. I'm just so proud of myself. Like, I got over it. I knew I was gonna. Because so what happened is like, they asked, you know, for volunteers to do the testing for this, and it freaked me out. At first I was like, yes, let's do this. And then I was like, oh, dude, I don't know how to do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I instantly talked myself out of it, and Jade was like, well, you help me out with this. So slowly but surely I started like kind of getting back into it because I was really excited. I just think that in the long term it's going to be super helpful for when you guys enroll DTs and they stay. they stay and they get kicked off and they know what they're getting into, versus thinking that this is like $1,000 bills is like handed to your bank account overnight because you posted one time on Facebook. It doesn't work like that. This is your own business. You gotta treat it as such. So it's funny because I remember the time where we used to post 9 times a day. 9 times a day. I'm leading with the business every time, and I'm like in that one-on-one conversation. So Leslie asked a question: are we getting on the phone to get LCs or just DTs? So I personally know, because I enroll about 20 LCs a month, that the money isn't in the LCs, it's in growing your team. Every time it's going to grow your paycheck. And not only that, you want to help people. Like, it's so easy to promote a product. It's so easy to get customers. Like, and you can get them from this too. Actually, a DT, or not a DT, but somebody I know, she's a friend who I talked on the phone. I called her and I was just like, hey, would you want to do, because I kind of practiced on her and I was way more casual and laid back, and it definitely didn't sound as pretty as this. But she gave me recommendations, and like she gave me potentials. She gave me leads, and like that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm just like, but I'm leading with the business because why not? I personally was asked this business and it changed my whole life. And that's how I feel about it. So why am I going to be scared to keep offering it to people? Like, I know it changed my life. I don't even live in the same house anymore. I'm about to like do bigger and better things because of this business. And like, I just planned a vacation all from making money from coffee that I just post about. Like, I don't message people for that. It's amazing. And I'm not even kidding you. There's $700 just saved up for my trip to Michigan, like there. And it's because I started with a plan, a goal, and just like trickled my way into it. But I figured out a way. Like right now, I want to go to Disney, so that's like my main goal is to start teaching people that, and then teaching them how to do it too, because why wouldn't they want to do the same? Like I'm gonna teach them how to lead the business as well with the same exact conversation. So plus, if you read it, like it asks at the very end if they would like to be part of your team or if they would like the products at a discount. So I've been also braving it and just asking random people who I've never spoken to before to get on the phone with me about this. And I haven't talked to her yet. It'll be tomorrow. So I'll tell you more then. But I think the circumstances, it just it differs. But I always want to lead with the business because I can always just shoot it down and be like, fine, that's totally okay. We'll get you trying the products first. That way you can get a feel for it. You know what I mean? Like, some people really feel strongly about not being able to sell something that they've never used. So I have less than a minute. I'm sorry. Talked and rambled. If you guys have any other questions, send it to the group. Bye.